Good morning, Amphead. This is going to be a new segment for Frantic TV, something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, in keeping stuff real. This is a show based on truth, in my opinion. I've been listening to a lot of people talk behind other people's back, and it's always going to be like that. There's always going to be haters. But it's been bothering me, and I just want to address certain topics. It's something that you guys like me doing. I will continue doing it. But I feel that it needs to be heard. It's called the Uncle Richie Show. This is the pilot. Tell me what you guys think afterwards. With that being said, the first topic was Jay Styles. And he started recently doing his videos with the helmet and trying to copy another YouTuber called Saranster. I said, wow, why is he trying to be like Saranster? And then the group chat also was saying the same thing. So I felt like a hypocrite because I was saying this about my friend Jay, and oh my God, Jay, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? I just magically popped in here.
Yeah, I was just talking about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had my back turned over here. Now we're here.
All right, I'm going to keep it straight up. You know, I was talking about you, how I felt when I watched your videos, because I watch all my friends' videos. I liked all my friends' videos.
Thank you.
And, you know, you got to, you know, it's all for the community at first. And I was wondering why you was trying to copy Saranster in the way he does his videos. And I said to him, I spoke to you recently, and I said, you know, it's okay to get a little piece of here, piece of there, and then I told you, make it your own. Be yourself. The way you was doing your videos before was perfect. I didn't see nothing wrong with your videos before. You're always gonna have haters and people criticizing you could have done this or that, but at the end of the day, you got to be happy with what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke to you recently about, you know, don't use the damn helmet. Like, you know, make your own videos your way. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about people criticizing, saying that you look like Saranster or you're trying to be like Saranster? And I'm going to be straight up with you. I was one of them too.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about your friends, your fellow group writers, commenting that you want to be somebody else instead of yourself?
So I would honestly say that it's I can understand where they get that idea from. Like the whole fox helmet with the what is it with a sur could kind of come off as something that another person is using. But I just want to make it clear, and I guess people could take it how they want to take it. But during the times that I was filming those videos, I guess I understand which one you were talking about. It was really cold, so I have this whole microphone setup in my helmet, so I do keep the whole videos in my helmet. Right, as you can see in my next video, it's gonna come out. It's nice outside. I have my face out, you know, all the wrinkles is out and everything. So,
Now, if I tell you, that's bullshit.
but generally, yes, I understand that. You know, some people did say that, and I'm like, okay, that's people can.
But the majority of people said that, and I was one of them. I'm not gonna front.
And
I was like, damn, why is Jay doing that? I mean, you know, I liked his videos the way it was before. I mean, why is he changing up like that? You know, so I'm guilty. I was one of them.
Right.
You know, but then I felt hypocritical for, you know, that's supposed to be my boy. We ride together, and here I am judging him. Who am I to judge? I'm nobody to judge. You do what you want when you want to do it. You're a grown ass man.
Right.
You know, but it was bothering me. Certain things like that was bothering me. I said, I felt, let me make this new show and talk about real stuff.
Right.
You're always gonna have haters. You're always gonna have people talk behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel if somebody's talking behind my back and haters, I'm doing something right.
Right.
They hating. Yo, too effing bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and also, there's no shame in copying somebody. It's just everybody gets influenced by everybody.
You use me, I use you. You put Felix Mariano said it best to Mr. E. You're using me and I'm using you. And I respected the man for saying that. Because that's keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody's looking out for nobody at the end of the day. I use you for you use me. Mr. E made me famous with my Hornet Bandit. Everybody knew the Hornet Bandit because of Mr. E's filming. I came on all his videos.
Is it Hornet or Horny officially?
Yeah, they started calling it Horny, but
yeah, there was a little mix up.
Yeah. All right, second question, Jay. Everybody knows you departed Frantic TV. It was nothing bad. You didn't stop talking to Felix. Felix didn't stop talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason for that? I understand that you went your own route with Shy Battery, doing your own thing.
So I guess the first thing I would say is like there's always two sides to a story, right? But you know, with everything being clear, like this is just my part. So essentially what happened was that we were gonna go to the Mega Ride in Texas.
Yeah.
And what happened was that there was always like an idea for me to do like a segment. I thought it was a pretty cool idea to actually do it. But as I'm getting there, you know, it's a little bit about just seeing all the whole surroundings of, what I was around, and it really, honestly, I
It
still,
overwhelmed you.
it overwhelmed me in a different way where I was like, okay, I really want to do content like about this, and I was honestly just focusing on my own content at the time, to be quite honest. And just like how you say, oh, I use you, you use me, in a sort of deal, like that was kind of like an unspoken thing that we did. So I went there. I was like, you know what? I really want to be one of the first people to post out this Mega Live video because I spent my money, spent my time, I spent this hard work to get over there, and I felt like if I just wanted to see how it would be to be one of the first persons to kind of make a vlog about it, and because I was probably the only person from New York City that was going to go there
Oh my God.
that had a contest.
Thank you so much for saying that.
So that was
that's being real.
yeah.
That's what this show is
That's
about.
what this show is all
And
about.
you know what?
Yeah.
I kind of had an idea that was what it was, but it wouldn't be nice for you to say it,
Right.
and it would have been different. So now that you're saying it, like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Yeah, no,
So
we all
now the tension and everything goes away.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate it.
Well, I believe there was never no tension there because Felix. Let me tell you something. Felix said it, and not because he's my producer, not because I consider him my brother. He said it from the very beginning. He was nothing but good for you.
Right, of
He
course.
he wishes you the best, and if you should ever need help, you could
course.
reach out to him, and he would guide you.
Right.
I mean, not that's not to say that you don't know what you're doing, but as a younger man and an older man with an Emmy award of doing with the stuff that he does, he has more experience, so you could learn from him. And so and he said that from the very beginning. I don't have no hate. Everybody was asking him, you hate Jay? I mean, it'll only take 1 minute to say Frantic TV reporting live in Texas, for and then do your thing. I'll be honest with you. I was pissed at you.
Right.
I wouldn't have done the same thing.
So yeah.
You would have done the same thing, right? So
So
you would have said, "Hell with it," and I'm doing me.
So here's the thing that I probably didn't mention much, but I actually did have a few clips of Scott, and there's like I think I still have the video. There is a video out there. Like I did 2 or 3 videos about we're here, the frantic thing. The only thing is that I was kind of holding on to it because I was thinking, hey, maybe it's like in my own selfish reasons. I was like, hey, maybe you should just get the video because this was something that was really almost unspoken. So it was like, okay, maybe we should just I'll give you the video, but let me just post mine first. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we both growing in our own ways, and I really wanted to see if what kind of crowd I can generate with this different content that's very unique to me. Because Felix doing all this crazy Emmy award winning content. I wanted to see if I can kind of break off in like my own my own thing. So, it was never anything that was on the paper. There was nothing like, yo, you work for me. It was nothing like that. It was just like, hey, like.
Yeah, it was never nothing about that in the first place. We
Yeah.
were all a family.
And
And I kind of knew that I was doing.
Yeah.
I knew it was just saying it to the person.
Right, and
Like,
then it
this
was
is what
just-
it is.
Right.
That's what I'm coming from.
And then after I posted the video and, then I was like, hey, I actually have some good videos, which could have been chopped up nicely. But then, yeah, I was just like, I never actually sent the video. I was like, okay, I can't because, there was kind of like this, at the time, disagreement that we had. So it was like, it's fine, it's whatever. And then literally, winter happened. 2 months later, I saw Felix, Pound, what's up? Everything's good. You know what I mean? There was really nothing like hatred about it. We're just,
No, there was never no hatred
No, it
between
wasn't.
Frantic and you or anybody else for that matter. I
people
mean,
might have got the perception. Of
yeah, because
But you
we
can't
we
control
kept
that.
saying, me personally, it takes a few seconds to say, Frantic, reporting to you live, Frantic TV, this is Jay Styles coming to you live from New York City, here at the Mega Ride with Scott and the rest of the Suron gang. Stay tuned for the upcoming video. That's it. With that being said, Jay, I want to say thank you. You and I, we had a conversation yesterday. We had an awesome ride, awesome food. We got rained on. Oh my God, we came here drenched, everybody.
My shoes.
We filled up the garage full of water with the 21 riders we had. But we have a chance to speak. Everybody came together.
Right.
Everybody gave out shirts. Felix gave out shirts. I took shirts from a giveaway for the girls that were all wet. And Judy came through with putting everybody's stuff in the dryer. And
Came through.
it was awesome. It was a community coming together as one. And that's what this show is all about.
Right.
Now you coming clear with Frantic TV and stuff.
Right.
It's awesome. There's no animosity. This is what this show is all about.
Right.
Bringing out the truth, being honest, being truthful. That's what it's all about. And at the end of the day, we shake hands and we go about our business and we continue doing what we do. which is riding e-bikes and making new friends and being a part of the community.
And
That's what
positivity. I'm sorry.
spread positivity, no negativity, only positive attitudes and great vibes. And that's what this show is all about. This is what I want to bring about this show. And if you amp heads like what you see today and want me to continue, leave a comment down below on Frantic TV. Go.
June 15th to the 18th, New York City Mega Ride.
Hosted by none other than Jay Styles and Booby BK.
Booby BK. So it's going to be a
So look out for that.
really amazing ride. We're trying to bring the aspects of what happened in Texas to New York City, obviously with the crazy New York City twist. I hope you guys can make it. Just shoot us a message and we'll, get you acquainted if you guys want to come. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Richie. Hardcore Theo Richie.
Keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave no one behind. This is Richie Ramos signing out with Jay Styles and Felix Mariano behind the camera. Stay safe. good friend of mine that offered numerous bikes to an individual, and no matter what he said to try to accommodate this person, the answer was no. My opinion, I don't give. You offer me a bike, I don't care if it has a cardboard seat, I'm gonna take it. Because at the end of the day, you're offering me a bike that I don't have. Okay, so here's my anyway. Beep. So yeah. With that being said, I don't think that's right. Be be honorable. Be generous. Be appreciated that people are trying to help you. In general, this occasion happened more than one time, and I don't like it. This shout out to Manny Mano, my sticker guy. I just got approached by another writer yesterday, and I'm gonna, sugarcoat it. Yatu Chavez, order a decal from you. It's kind of embarrassing that I come from New York City and he's asking me to reach out to my boy Mano. Where's his decal? Manny, step your game up. You make awesome decals. And he loved what you showed him. Now follow through and give the man his decal so I don't be embarrassed in the group ride. When the guy comes up to me and asks me, yo, what's up with your boy in New York City? So I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, step your game up. If you're gonna have a business and you're gonna advertise on IG, reach out to Mano for custom decals, then you gotta follow through. At the end of the day, it's for you. You be making your bank, and at the same time, you're not making me look bad. Because I don't like to show up to a group ride and a guy coming up to my face, yo, what's up with your boy? I don't have no answers.
Uncle Richie has a.
I don't have no answers. So
That grinds
he
your
caught me by
gears.
surprise because I didn't know what he was talking about. Then he actually, while we were getting drenched wet on stoplight, he's like, I ordered a decal from him. He showed me proof, and I'm still waiting for it. I says, well, okay, I will give you my word, and I will speak to the gentleman when I get back to New York. So, my man, step your game up or stop advertising your shit because I'm tired. So, no offense. I love you. You call me uncle. You're my nephew. But you got to step your game up, my brother. You make good decals. Your work is top notch. Now follow through with it. That's what I'm saying. And get Jato his decal, please. So he stop calling me. So with that being said, this is Uncle Richie. I'll see you on the next one. It's something you like that I'm doing new. Hit Felix up on Fantic TV. And I'm not sugarcoating anything. You could ask me anything you want. You can call me, text me, whatever, and I'll answer whatever you want me to answer. I got Taiho here that I want to do some segment, but he asked to be left alone for now. So I'll let that be because I'm in his house. So, so I'll give him that space for today. But if it's something you guys like, then let me know and I'll continue doing it. Put it on the comment down below if it's something you still want to see every week. If you have a issue with a certain company or whatever, any topic, and you want it to be brought to light, yo, hit me up, bro. I'll put it on the air. Special shout out to Manny. I have an apology to make to the young man. I didn't find out all the facts on what happened on Saturday with Yatu and myself in the conversation. It turns out that Yatu never paid Manny for his services. That's why a decal wasn't rendered. So Manny, I apologize. I'll be the first one to apologize. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. Another thing, I had another subscriber private message me. How much am I getting paid for this? I'm not getting paid nothing for this. I am the prime example. I'm helping a Latino brother move up in this world. And I told Mr. Felix Mariano, if he makes it to the top and he doesn't take me with me, it doesn't bother me. The fact that I could get a Latino up there and make it, that's enough thank you for me. I don't get paid from Felix. I don't get paid for Frantic TV. People ask me why I decorate my truck with Frantic One on it and all these lights blaring and me providing my services free of charge. It's because I care and I can. I make good money in my job, so I can give back to the community, and that's how I choose to do it. Uh, Spark Cycle was another one. I put their name on my car. I never asked for anything. I didn't ask for a free bike. I've done so much for them, and I do it out of the kindness of my heart. Powerful Lithium, I advertise their stuff. They built two beautiful. Okay, that's the down payment. um, they built two beautiful, wonderful batteries for my Onyx and my Bandit, and I love those guys. So I cater to the people that look out for me and do right by me. So let's stop fighting. Let's stop not talking to each other. That's childish. That's kid stuff, man. I just turned 60 years old 3 days ago, man. I'm an old man. I'm not here for that bullshit. I'm here to ride and meet new people, new experience, and just have a good time. At the end of the day, this is my stress reliever. So, no. The answer to you, Juan, from Queens Village, because you're the one that asked me the question, I don't get paid. I do it from the kindness of my heart. I want to help a fellow Latino out. Whether it's Felix, whether it's V, whether it's Matt, whether it's Tejo in Maryland, I want to help them out in any which way I can. And I will continue to do so as long as I'm breathing on this earth. And whoever believes me, great. And whoever doesn't, fuck you. On another topic, people reaching out to me privately, asking me why I'm attacking people or my own boys. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just addressing some issues that was bothering me. That's all. If I said something about you, it's because I care about you, because I feel love for you. Every person that I mentioned in these few episodes is because I care for them, and I don't want anything bad happening to them. And that's it. That's where this is going. Anybody has any ideas or want any specific topic for me to talk about? In other words, I say things that is on people's mind, and they don't dare say it. I don't give a f. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. I don't got hair on my tongue. And those that know me personally know who I am and how I am. You want me to talk about something? You got my number, you got my Instagram, Hornet Bandit NYC. I'll show up wherever you are and I'll talk, whatever, in your face. That's what this is all about. This is what this segment is all about. I'm tired of hypocrites. I'm tired of people talking behind people's back. And it's a point in time now that we put a stop to it. I'm tired of all these ethnic backgrounds that have each other's back. Whether you're Asian, Indian, Jew. But us Latinos, we don't have each other's back. We have a Latino almost reaching the top of that wall. And instead of pushing him over, we pull him down. And it's about time we put a stop to that. And the stereotyping that everybody else has of us Latinos. And if I could change somebody's life, just one person, then my job is done. But we got to stop this. Certain people talk about asking for help. And the first thing that comes out of our Latinos' mouths is, what's in it for me? I myself donated over $5,000 this past season with the S3 crew. I didn't ask anybody for money in return. I donate my services to my truck to anybody that needs it. Nobody pays the gas for me. Nobody pays a toll. I get a thank you once in a while, and that's about it. But I don't do it for that. I do it from the heart. So the same way I can do it, and I can dedicate my time, my vehicle, my money, why can't we all do the same thing? And change the stereotyping that goes on in this world today. So let me be the first one to lead that charge. And whoever's with me is with me, and whoever doesn't, go to the next channel. I don't give a shit. We have YouTubers. A lot of us are Hispanics, African American, and we're always trying to up one another. Why not work together? Why not get together and join together and share ideas and platforms and become one. And if so and so YouTuber makes it to the top and becomes professional in the media then he or she could bring somebody else, and that person could bring somebody else. Learn something from the Caucasian people, and stop fighting against each other and trying to be better than the other guy. We have enough people on this earth to do and accomplish more than the other guy if we stick together. But there's no unity in the Hispanic society. We're a bit too busy thinking about ourselves and what we can get, and we don't think about anybody else. And that's wrong, and that has to change. Good evening, Amheads. Now 8:40 p.m. Monday night. Welcome to the Uncle Richie Show. But instead of doing it in Frantic TV, I'm doing it from Electric Hornet side. Because those that don't know, my producer Felix Mariano was involved in a serious car accident this past Saturday on our way to ride on Pier 76. We were approaching West 79th Street on Riverside Drive, traveling southbound. Excuse me. We were on the bike lane. We were averaging 25 miles an hour. Mike went through the intersection. I went through the intersection. When Felix came, there was a early model Chrysler convertible. African-American female driver decided to turn. She saw a little parking space and decided to turn into it without even looking on her right side mirror, without putting on her flashers, and Felix collided with her. His left side ribs took off the right side mirror off the car. He then flew on top of the hood. When she saw him on top of the hood, she slammed on the brakes. He slid into the intersection face first, hitting the pavement with his forehead. And I tell you guys, time and time again, wear your fracking helmet. Because I tell you right now, thank God Felix is at home now, resting. He's in a lot of pain. Doesn't have anything broken, but the ribs took the blunt of the force of the mirror, and he's bruised up. So it's almost the same as having fractured ribs. I know I had 3 fractured ribs in my lifetime, but he's in a lot of pain at home, but he's alive. Another thing that's bothering me, we put this out on Saturday, and we got a handful of people that just reached out, 10, 15. We belong to a crew where we have like 200, and you just 15. I mean, okay, maybe people weren't at home, or they haven't watched Instagram or YouTube. Felix has his own accident on YouTube. He recorded his own accident. So if you haven't watched it, go to Frantic TV and watch the accident. The sound was, I thought it was a truck that hit something. That's how loud it was. And when I turned around, I saw it was Felix. My heart dropped. I thought he was dead. I really thought he was dead. So those of you who are just watching the video or just getting on Instagram, reach out to the guy, We always say we are a close-knit family, but it doesn't seem like it until it happens to you. And we all gonna fall one day or another. It's inevitable. You ride an e-bike in New York City, everybody's on their cell phones, not paying attention. I operate a city bus in the Bronx, and I see these guys in the electric scooters and those cheap $500 e-bikes, and I don't even know they're next to me until they get to my front door. They don't sound the horn, they don't make noise. You don't know. That's what happened with this lady. She just turned, didn't even look, almost killed my buddy. So, like I said, it could happen to anybody. I'm so pissed off I'm smoking here. Uh, so, reach out to the man. You know, ask him if he needs anything. It's the thought that counts. I'm tired of this fake shit, fake people. We're supposed to be together, Latinos together, man. Come on. I I I preach that all the time. And it's funny because he's in the hospital. They're doing all these tests on him, and the only thing he's thinking about is the damn bandit. He loves that bandit. And I had one of my friends reach out to me earlier and ask me, "Did the bandit get scratched up? Did it get scratched up?" The bandit has like $1,000 to $1,500 in damages. The front fork is gone. The front rim is bent. The handlebar broke in half. The floodlights got demolished. The seat got broken on the right rear. The rack has a slice missing off of it. The brake light, the whole assembly with the mount and everything broke off the bike. That's what I saw initially, just looking at it briefly. But by no means is not rideable. I want to say thanks to Matt from Spark Cycle. He reached out to him as soon as he found out. And from what I learned today from Felix, I was checking up on him on my lunch hour. Matt said he could take it to Spark Cycles to get it fixed. So that's good news for the bike. So the helmet saved his life. If you look at the helmet, you think the guy that was wearing it died. I can't stress that enough, people. Wear your fracking helmet. Got a couple of riders this past weekend that I witnessed with no helmet. Davey, Braveheart, I love you, bro. Wear a freaking helmet. Justin's another one. Manny's a hit or miss. Just to name a few. Youngbloods, wear a freaking helmet. Louis, crash this dummy. I gave you a very expensive helmet, but I was happy to see that he was wearing it this past Saturday. We all, this season, how would I say, upgraded to 72 volts. The bike got faster. I mean, you get into an accident at 50, 60 miles an hour. That's what the average guys are doing now. And you don't have a helmet, I'll see you 6 feet under, because that's where you're going. You hit the pavement at 50 miles an hour and you don't have a helmet, you're melon, poof. So wear your damn helmet. I can't stress that enough. You don't have one, you don't have any money, reach out to Backup Mike. We're going to start taking collection. We're going to start paying dues starting in the next S3 group ride. We're going to implement the members paying dues just for this, just to have a fun, whether you need it to fix your bike, whether it's to buy food, whatever. We're going to start collecting dues, so stay tuned for that. Back on Mike will brief you on that at a later date. So with that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave no one behind. This is from Uncle Richie, because I do care. And seeing my buddy laid up in his house in all that pain and me not able to do anything for him really hurts me. It really does. Because I care about you guys. So, peace, ampheads. One. Good morning, ampheads. It's 10:30 a.m. Big day. New York City Mega Ride with J Styles and Booby BK. So, here are the particulars. The first one is meet up at 11 and leave at 1 p.m. It says here 20 to 25 miles. PM ride is 7 p.m. and leave at 8 p.m. Also 20 to 25 mile ride. Do you think people don't work? Friday is Long Island City Flea Market, same place. Meet up at 11. You leave at 1 p.m. 20 25 mile ride. They all 20 25 mile rides. Then the night one, it's at 7 p.m. meetup, 8 p.m. kickstands up. Oh no, I'm sorry. 7 p.m. meetup, rally and food at 8 p.m. Leave at 9 p.m. That's for Friday night. Distance 20 25 miles. Saturday, Battery Park City. Meet up at 12. Kickstands up at 2. 25 mile ride. The night ride for Saturday night is 7 p.m. meet, leave at 8 p.m. 25 mile ride. And Sunday, it's long day ride. Location, Long Island City Flea Market. Meet and greet at 12. Leave at 2 p.m. That one's a 35 mile ride. I guess only for the big boys. So that's that. Yeah. I mentioned before, I think it was yesterday, Terra selling the S3 t-shirts. Welcome to New York. They're $35 a pop. Some glow in the dark ones are real nice, and the liquid one is real nice. I guess today's your last chance to get one. I don't know if he's making anything to bring to the ride. He's after all, a one-man show. So that's that. So anybody attending, bring your helmet. If you got room, bring a first aid kit. I can't make it to Saturday. I work Thursday, Friday, so don't get out till 8 p.m. So can't make that. Yeah, so I'm excited. You guys you're excited as well. Oh, who asked me this morning? Where's my phone? Yeah. What did I do with my phone? Oh. I have a 5-second memory span, so apologize. Aisha from BK asked me what's the update on Felix. I haven't spoken to him today, but as of yesterday, he's still in a lot of pain. You know, he's gonna be like that for a minute. It's a little bored, can't do much, but he's doing okay. He's considering. Somebody mentioned yesterday video about me mentioning about a African American woman was the one driving the vehicle. I meant no harm by that. Somebody asked me who was it, and I don't know her name, so she happens to be African American. One thing I did fail to mention was that she was very concerned for Felix. She kept asking if he was okay. She was sorry. She was very apologetic. That was nice of her. And I get it. It's an accident, blinkers on or whatever. She admitted herself that she was on the cell phone and she was looking for parking, and Felix came up on her blind spot. That's exactly what she said. But she was very apologetic and she was very concerned over Felix. So I failed to mention that.
Here's the forecast for the Bronx.
All right, I'm a blind bat, so 81, partly cloudy. Friday showers. So I don't know what Booby and Jay's gonna do, if they're gonna postpone that one. They're saying 80%. Saturday's scattered thunderstorms with a high of 76. Sunday, partly cloudy. It's gonna be a wet one. So the worst of the days is Friday, 80% chance. Saturday is 40. And partly cloudy Sunday. So doesn't look good. But I'll keep you guys informed on my morning weather thing. These things change. You can't predict Mother Nature. But yeah, so that's it. That's basically it. I just wanted to touch base. I'm feeling in for Felix. So, trying to do the best I can. I hope to see you on Saturday. Depending if it's gonna come, if it's downpouring or not, then I won't show up. I guess I'll come Sunday. And that's it. So, with that being said, keep it between the ditches. Wear your helmet and leave no one behind. Just a brief message. My producer, Felix Mariano, posted a Mega Ride video today on YouTube. Half of it was right. The backup mic 196 part was the Mega Ride. My part was the Last Mile Ride, hosted by Jen City from Shivo Squad. Excellent job, by the way, Jen. Don't judge him. He's on heavy meds. I mean, shit that'll knock a horse down. So I texted him this morning. I said, you put Mega Ride and the video you put of me, the clip, is the Last Mile Ride. No, that's impossible. Yes, it is. So you're half right, because Backup Mike's video was the Mega Ride. Him going through the tunnel at 60 plus miles an hour. And the Central Park clip, that's the Mega Ride. But not mine. So get it together, pal. And fix it. So, yeah. That was it. I wanted to clarify that, just in case somebody watches the video. Wait a minute, that's not the Mega Ride. So, Felix, stay off the heavy drugs for a moment and rectify the situation, please. Because I shout everybody out, and you're no exception. So I'm shouting you out. Don't fire me. With that being said, keep between the ditches. Wear your helmet and leave no one behind. You already know. Richie Ramos from Boogie Down Bronx. Back to you, Felix. Get it right. Peace and pets. One. Good evening, Ampheads. It's 9 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? That's supposed to be 10 p.m. First of all, there was a crash yesterday with the BX41 and two scooters at 149th Street and 3rd Avenue, 10:53 in the morning. Got a lot of conflicting reports, but the facts are these, as follows. There was two scooters, not electric. They were saying it was electric. They were gas scooters. And the two riders, both males, 159 and 160. One of them is in critical condition at Lincoln Hospital. The other one had minor injuries. The one with critical condition went into the bus. First reports was that he went through the windshield. That's not true. He went underneath the bus as the bus was entering the bus stop. He went right underneath it. According to witnesses, the streets had grooves. I guess the weight of the bus creates grooves on the street, right? So they were racing each other towards the bus against traffic, and one of them hit the groove, collided with the other scooter. That sent that scooter into the bus, underneath the bus. That's what happened. It's bad enough, people. I'm fucking tired of this shit. It's bad enough that we're getting a bad rap with all these e-bike fires. The latest fire at where is it? Catherine and Madison Avenue in Chinatown in Manhattan. A whole e-bike store went up in flames, owned by Chinese. I'm not racist. I'm just it's a Chinese. It's in Chinatown. It's a Chinese store, with the majority of the bikes being e-bike, e-fly bike. I think it's what they call them. Those cheap knockoffs, $500 to $1,000 bikes. So the whole store went up in flames, and the store is below a 6-story building, and it burned up a few apartments, and 4 people died. I don't know if it was a family. I don't know if it was inside the store. Uh, I asked one of the S3 crew guys to go and check it out, but I haven't heard from them since, so I don't know what's going on with that. But we already got a bad rap for that, for catching fires. Now we got these 2 idiots, these 2 morons. That's the only way I could think. They're my age. One is 59, one is 60. What the fuck are you doing racing against traffic towards a 80,000 pound bus? You can't make this shit up. People, you're gonna ride, follow somewhat the law. You know what I'm saying? Travel with the traffic. You're gonna pass somebody, pass on the left, not on the right. Try to slow down an intersection, look both ways, and proceed. And they don't do none of that. I go through it myself. I'm a bus operator as well. I go up and down Fordham Road in the Bronx, 12 hours a day, and these things look like mosquitoes coming at me, and that's fucked up. It's nerve-wracking for the bus operator. We don't set out our day in the morning and say we're going to run over somebody. That's the worst thing that could happen to a bus operator. But it's out of control. It's worse than a third world country. We're worse than a third world country today, to be honest with you. And these guys are running around with no helmets. Those gas scooters, 150cc, you're supposed to register and insure them. They don't give a shit. They know the police is not policing, so they do what they want. And this is the cost. There's a guy in critical condition. They don't know if he's gonna make it. My co-worker is at the depot now for 3 days. He can't operate a bus because now they took him down for urine, blood, breathalyzer. They put us through the whole the motions, and it's not even our fault. But that's how it goes, because of 2 morons racing in the street against traffic. So, yeah, I'm lost for words. I wanna start. I would like to go to a news channel, maybe News 12. I don't know, and speak to a reporter, so we could get these facts straight. Because not all e-bikes catch fire, and ironically, and not to put blame on one particular brand, but if you notice where the fires are happening, it's in low-income neighborhoods. And the majority of these e-flight bikes, you don't hear a Super 73 on fire, or an Onyx, or a Suron, etc. You don't hear that. I'm not saying it's not going to happen or it doesn't happen, but look at the news. Look at the bikes that they're showing. It's none of our bikes. It's not a $4,000 to a $7,000 bike. It's these cheap, under $1,000 Chinese bikes. And the ironic part about it is that how should I say this? I said 7 out of 10 earlier, maybe less than that. The fire is caused by the extension cord. So here you got this cheap ass bike. First of all, you go to the store, you plot your money down, they give you the keys, they give you the charger, goodbye. No manual, no instructions on how to charge the bike or whatever. And the individuals that are buying it don't give a shit. They get on the bike, they put the key in, and they take off. They're happy. Now comes the time to go home, and these things are so big and wide that they don't fit in the average apartment. So what do? They go to a 99-cent store and buy these cheap extension cords. And sometimes they add 3, 4, 5 extension cords. They leave the bike in the hallway of the building or in the back part of the building where the garbage is at or wherever, and they throw the extension cord out the window and they plug it up and they go to sleep. 12 hours later, there's fire. These bikes the batteries don't have BMS, so the bike is fully charged and the charger is still charging. But the majority of the fires is because they're using a 2 amp extension cord to plug a 5 amp charger. Do the math. So 7 out of 10 times it's the extension cord that catches fire that then travels to the bike, then to the battery, right? Boof, fire. I don't know. I'm lost for words. So we have to educate people that it's not our bikes. Yeah, we'll get an occasional Onyx on fire or RX or whatever. Most of the time it's because we did an upgrade to it. We souped it up somehow. We're doing stunts with it and it falls and shit happens. But I've been with e-bikes for 3 years now and I never had an issue. First of all, don't charge your bike when you're not there. Always charge the bike when you're present. I never charge my bike when I'm not there. I'm right next to it. And as you can see, I have a fire extinguisher on the bike. Just in case, because you never know. But I'm tired of being blamed for these e-fly bike fires that people are charging the wrong way. And we have to put a stop to it. Because I already see it coming where they're going to ban all e-bikes. And we're going to end up taking our bikes and hanging up on a wall and be a conversation piece because we can't ride it. So on my day off, I'm going to try to see if I pay a visit to Channel 12 and see if I can speak to somebody so I could educate them. Because I'm tired of reporters saying, fire by e-bike. That's it. No particulars. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, and I wanted to report that accident with the city bus. You guys are riding out there, please, not only wear your helmet, but follow the law a little bit. You know, ride with traffic. Try to stop at red lights. You know, use your signals, hand signals, with a turn signal, whatever you have. You know, give the right of way to pedestrians. You know, us here in the S3 crew, we do that for most part. I'm not going to say all the time, I'm not going to lie, but for most part, yes, we do. So, take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your life. You know, they're in a car, truck, bus. There ain't nothing going to happen to them. You know. With that being said, this is Richie Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx for Frantic E-Bike News. Take it back to you, Felix, at the studios. Peace and Pez. Good night. Good morning, Amphead. Just a quick video update with the e-bike fires. I just got off the phone with News 12 The Bronx. I spoke to a Caitlin, very nice young lady, and I told her about my concerns. I was watching a video. I believe the gentleman's YouTube channel is Magisterium1. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I apologize if I am. He's a YouTuber, cover fires all over New York and abroad. He was covering the fire in Chinatown, and where the 4 people passed away. But he made a comment that I didn't agree with. He said, New York City, e-bikes burning down New York City. So, Mr. Majestic, I'll call you short because I can't pronounce that whole name. That's not fair to say. And I understand you don't know anything about e-bikes. Um, my name is Richie Ramos. I believe I have your same last name. You want to contact me, or you could visit Frantic TV on YouTube to get an idea. They're not all e-bikes are the same. The ones catching on fire are these cheap bikes coming in from China with the cheap batteries from Alibaba, and those are the ones catching fire. People are not charging the bikes correctly. They're plugging them in overnight and leaving them unattended, and that's when stuff like this happens. So I contacted News 12. I spoke to Caitlin. She asked me to send an email with my proposal to meet up with them and educate them on these e-bike situation. Our high-end bikes, I'm not going through that. It's not to say that not one will burn. I'm not a mind reader. I can't say that, but for the most part, we don't have issues with our bikes. The ones coming out on TV with fires are not our bikes. When I mean not our bikes, I mean Ariel, Super, Suron, Onyx, and so forth. Anybody that owns a bike that's over $4,000, you invest another $2,000 in powerful lithium or shy battery with whoever is your cup of tea. We're not having issues like that. We're not the ones killing people. I just had a visit from my landlord. He's very concerned. But I calmed him down. And I told him at the end of the day, I'll take the battery out of the bike and leave it in my truck or something, if that makes him feel better. He said it wasn't necessary. He believes in what I'm saying. I showed him a couple of videos on Frantic TV, and he's a little calmed down. But I don't blame him. You know, every time he turns on the news, family of 4, 3, 2, 5, dead, e-bike. So we got to band together, and I'm going to speak to Mike Rios from S3, my wingman, and see if we get together, we got to ride together and ride somewhere that we could be noticed and educate these people. Ride down to City Hall or something, I don't know. Something I'm thinking about. We have to band together and get the word out that we're not riding those cheap e-bikes. If we don't do anything about it, I believe that in the near future, all e-bikes are going to be banned. And that's going to kind of suck. We're going to have a bike in our home just to stare at. I mean, those of you that choose not to break the law. But that's where it's going to. It's going to be a time sooner than later that they're going to say no more e-bikes. So we got to do something about it, and we got to do something about it soon. So that's it. With that being said, there is no keeping between the ditches today, no wearing helmets, and leaving nobody behind because it's supposed to rain all the way through Thursday. So now's the time to work on your bike, clean your bike, watch a movie, whatever. You're not riding. So with that being said, this is Richie Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx for Frantic E-Bike News. Back to you, Felix. Have a safe and dry day, Ampheads. Uno. Told me it was about $400. I go, I ain't no way in hell I'm gonna pay $400. So I was upset. He goes, I don't want to see you upset, Richie. And I also used the rear rack to lift the bike up because my apartment is small. So I have to lift the bike up to maneuver it to get it in and out of the apartment. So the rear rack wasn't going anywhere. You see how the camera's over here, but I'm looking over here. Anyway, I'm tired. Okay? I know, I'm not a real YouTuber, but I'm trying. Good evening, Ampheads. Just shout out to Top Your Seats for hooking me up. I changed my original seat that well, this is the original seat that he made me, the Cafe Racer. When I installed this 6 months ago, I noticed that the undercarriage was exposed. I was like, what the hell? I called him up, like, what's going on with this seat? Why doesn't it have the indentation like the original seat? And he said that, because you got to get a cover for it on the side. He gave me the name of the company that he was using. He told me it was about $400. I go, I ain't no way in hell I'm gonna pay $400 for no cover for the side of the bike. And you should have informed me that when I ordered the seat. I had no idea, so I was upset. He goes, I don't want to see you upset, Richie. You bring a lot of business my way. I says, yeah, I know, but one thing has nothing to do with the other. So he ended up making me another seat. I just put it away. The one that you saw on the bike for the last 5-6 months. And free of charge. And he says, I'm going to make you a side panel, which is this CNC machine panel. And are you going to the DC Expo, Electric Expo? I go, yeah, I'll be there. Be there with Taiho. And I said, okay, I should have it finished by then. I'm going to put it on my bike. And so you can check it out. And if you like it, I'll take it off the bike and I'll give it to you. You'll have the prototype. I said, cool. So, make a long story short, I get there Saturday, like 3 weeks ago. And I see the bike. And I see this panel on it. And it looked nice. I said, yeah, I'm interested. Whatever. He goes, okay, this one is yours. It's the first one I made. I plan to make more upon order for people that want it. I said, cool. He goes, oh, too bad your bike is not here. I would have put it on. I said, my bike is here, but they won't let me bring it in. It's in the regular parking. He goes with me, tells the officials that I'm with him. They let my bike in. So I decided to leave it on his booth for display. And he told me Sunday, the next day, are you going to come? I go, yeah, I'm here for the 2 days. He goes, okay, I'll take this panel out and I'll give it to you. And you can put it with your Cafe Racer seat that you have at home. I said, okay, sounds like a plan. So I installed it today on my lunch hour. Now I ran into complications because I have the rear rack. And my rear rack is not going anywhere. I have a motorcycle taillight that I got on Amazon. Manny put me onto some mounting brackets that I needed to mount that tail light. And I also used the rear rack to lift the bike up because my apartment is small. So I have to lift the bike up to maneuver it to get it in and out of the apartment. So the rear rack wasn't going anywhere. Worst case scenario, I was going to cut this part off. But I was scared that it would lose its integrity, the strength. So I put it on the best I can. Could it be better? Yes. It's a simple fix. All I got to do is extend the top brackets. There's 2 of them, here. They're about 4 inches wide. I will need to make them 5 inches wide so the panel could fit flush around the rack. Right now it's like a A pattern. If you look at the bike from behind, that's what she said. But for now, it's okay. I'm all right with the way it looks. But to do it the right way, you will have to change the brackets and make them longer, which I'll plan to do later on when I have time. Working 6 days a week, 14-hour days, I'm exhausted. So it's not happening now. Anyways, if you're interested, Cafe Racer seat, you need to get these panels. They're both sold separately. It's not a package deal. The seat, the competitors got it for $400-$500. Lorenzo Tapia usually starts at $300, $315. But if you use my code Hornet Bandit, he'll give it to you for $265. The embroidering in the back, I have the Hornet Bandit in the back, the electric Hornet, goes for $50, like yay big. You use my code, he charge you like $35, more or less, depending what you want on it. The panel if you want to order this panel, it's made to order because it costs a lot to make, and he's not gonna mass produce them and just leave them laying around. That's no bueno. This goes for 300, I believe. The competitors is 400. I don't have to mention any names, and it's not a direct fit like this. But if you use my code Hornet Bandit, he'll give it to you for $250 plus shipping, I believe. So with that being said, if you're interested, I'm sorry, I'm not like Felix or Mr. E. That's his Instagram. Telephone number is 336-781-3516. And his email is Lorenzo td810@gmail.com. Right there. Okay? I know, I'm not a real YouTuber, but I'm trying. You see how the camera's over here, but I'm looking over here. Anyway, I'm tired. So I got the halos also from Ray Dynamics. This thing, you don't know the compliments I get with this freaking halo. If you're interested, hit up Shelby at Ray Dynamics, also on Instagram. I believe they're about $350. Chris Merced, my buddy, S3 crew, made me this chain cover, 3D printed. Nice. Somebody asked me about the shocks. Motorcycle shocks. You type in motorcycle shocks, these are the first ones that come out. They're about $100. They have the air reservoir, which I have empty right now because I want the softer ride. So get that on Amazon. Speaker I got on Amazon. I don't really use it that much. I might take it off. Yeah, pedals, Amazon. Yeah, I'm Amazon down. The wrap I bought on Amazon, did it myself. Mono on Instagram did me my decals. Battery by Powerful Lithium, 72 volt, 50 amp hour. You can't kill this freaking battery. This emblem is actually from a 1969 Dodge Super Bee. I know I got too much shit going on here. This is just temporary. I'm waiting on something else that I'm cooking up. So this is just all temporary. I was bored, so I had nothing else to do. Fire extinguisher. Case of a fire. It's important. And that's it. I just wanted to let you know about my newest edition. The seat is just as comfortable as the other one. Love it. I love the look. I always like that cafe raised look. And I like the panel. I'm going to fix it better, install it the right way later on. But for now, she's going to stay like that. So interested, hit up Tapia Seats on Instagram and on Facebook. I already displayed the phone number if interested. And don't forget, mention my name, Electric Hornet NYC. But he knows me as Hornet Bandit. Tell him I sent you and you get a discount. With that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet and leave no one behind. This is Richie Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx in my homestead. Peace and piz. One, ride safe, be safe. Customer service needs to be much better. Now, I don't know if the employees at Last Mile get paid on commission. Because if they do, this guy fucked up. You fucked up. Good morning, Ampheads. Or should I say, good afternoon. It's 2 p.m. on a Sunday morning. Today's topic is about customer service. Yeah, customer service. Felix reached out to me the other day and said that he had a interesting conversation with Last Mile. He called up and wanted to know if they had the Super 73 kids bike. And young man that answered the phone said, yeah. He then asked the young man, can you assemble it for me? I'll pay for it and I'll go pick it up. I want it ready to roll. Young man says, it's in a box. I mean, dude, if you don't want to work at Last Mile, I suggest you go upstate to Walmart and say, welcome to Walmart. It's hard to get good help from these young people these days. In my personal experience, they don't want to be at work. They don't, much less on the weekend. But this young man cost the owner of Last Mile a sale. Because I told Felix, yo, fuck that. Go and order it online. You know? And if you need help assembling it, I'll shoot over and help you. No reason you have to ask these people and beg them to assemble a bike for you so it could be ready for your daughter. After all, you are the customer. What happened to the customer is always right. You're paying for the bike. Pretty sure you would have gave them a nice tip at the end of the day. But customer service has gone to hell in general. I mean, they swear they're doing you a favor. What the fuck? You're selling a product, you want to buy it, so cater to the customer so you can make the sale. Now, I don't know if the employees at Last Mile get paid on commission, because if they do, this guy fucked up. You fucked up. And to the owner, I mean, just this young man just cost you a sale. I don't know if it matters to you or not. I'm not you. I don't know you. Because it's bullshit, you know. You're spending your hard-earned money and they should treat you a little better. You know, after all, you're spending 2, 3, 4, 5 grand on an e-bike. You know, so I don't have nothing personally against Last Mile. I recently bought a helmet with backup mic there. I didn't have no issues, but I'm saying in general, just customer service needs to be much better. I had my fair share with every rider, and God knows I went through shit with Super 73. But not for nothing, Spark Cycle works. Those people have come through for me time and time again. And I know people are tired of me saying that, but I'm saying the truth, you know. And there are people that have bad experience with Spark Cycle as well. They emailed them or whatever. I think it was during the transition of Matt moving to the new building and so forth. Shit happens. So, in general, to everybody that owns a business, step your game up when it comes to customer service. I recently had an issue with top your seats. I bought a cafe racer seat. I didn't know I needed panels. And the man, at the end of the day, made me another seat temporarily to use, which is the one that everybody saw on my Onyx for this season. And in the meantime, he went and made me a side panel for the Onyx. And I got the first prototype. Over there, if you saw my recent video, it's on the bike now. And the cafe racer seat is on the bike. So, you know, that's customer service. I told him I was unhappy. He asked me what he needed to do to make me happy, and I told him, and he did it. Same thing with Sparks. I call up Matt. Don't call. I Instagram him, message him, and I tell him my problem. And literally the next day, if not the same day, he ships out the part that I need. Currently, the Hornet Bandit is in Spark Cycle Works, getting rebuilt after Felix's accident. I believe it's ready now. I'm not sure. I couldn't attend their ride they had this last weekend because I had to work. But soon you'll see the Hornet Bandit back in the street. It's going to have a different look. We'll see how it goes. And we'll ask the viewers what they like better. And if they like the original custom build that I did, then it'll go back to that. But for now, we want to try it out what Matt did to it. He put a motorcycle fork on it and some other upgrades he did. And he fixed the electricals on it. So I'm psyched to see how the Bandit rides now. But anyway, that's not about. It's not segment's not about the Bandit. It's about customer service. Well, yeah, it has something to do with it because I called up Matt. I asked him, "Can I bring the Bandit?" Sure, Rich, come right over. Not only did he accept the Bandit, he waited 2 hours after he closed up shop for Felix and I to arrive. We got stuck in traffic, crazy traffic going up to Connecticut, and we ended up getting there 2 hours past the time that he closed up shop. That, my amp heads, is customer service. And I haven't experienced that anywhere else. Well, for the exception of Tapia. So shout out to Tapia Seats. Yeah, so that's it. I wanted to put that out real quick. Again, I don't want to badmouth Last Mile. I had no issues with them prior to this, but I feel that, Felix didn't have to go through that. Practically begging the guy to assemble the bike, and at the end of the day, nothing was done. So he said that he was going to find out who the owner is and talk to him. I said, yo, don't even bother. Just order the shit online. If your daughter waited this long for a bike, she could wait another month. And that's what he's going to do. So, good for you, Felix. With that being said, keep it between the ditches. Wear your helmet and leave no one behind. This is Richie Ramos reporting to you live from my homestead for the Uncle Richie Show.
Okay? Yeah, the throttle got stuck. Huh? The throttle got stuck on me.
So I fucked up. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. 100%. Sorry. I never knew so many people care about me. Good evening, amp heads. It's 7:42 p.m. I just got home from work. As you can see, I'm still in uniform. I'm making this Uncle Richie video to say thank you to over 300 people that's been reaching out to me and asking me about my well-being. Do I need anything? Do I need medical supply? Do I need money? And what I like about all these people that reached out to me today, not one person asked me about the bike. It was about me, my well-being. So thank you. I'm doing this because there's no way in hell I could respond to everybody in one night. I only got a couple of hours before I got to go to bed and do... my day starts at 4 o'clock in the morning and it ends right now. So that's why I'm making this video. The reason I posted the crash, and Braveheart, thank you for having my back. And just saying that I don't need permission to put any video up that I want. It's not about that. I was asked the same question more than once today. Why would I post up my own video of my crash? Okay. I did that because I've known to put people on blast on the Uncle Richie Show, right? It's all about keeping it real, keeping it raw. I'm no exception. I could dish it out, I could take it. So I fucked up. Plain and simple. 2 mistakes. I didn't believe in my own weather report. Oh, I believed in it, but I had a couple of people with their iPhones, and nothing against iPhones, so don't attack me. But their iPhone showed there was no rain coming. But my Android told me different. 80% chance of thunderstorms. I had spoke to Mr. V on Saturday. Is the ride still going on? He said, yeah. He checked his iPhone, no rain. I said, okay. Make a long story short, we leave the expo. Need a second. We leave the expo, and I was stuck in traffic for an hour and 40 minutes to go only 17 miles to my house in the Bronx. And I had one of the guys reach out to Powerful Lithium to see if they could delay the ride, which they did, a half an hour, I believe. And I got home at 7, and we got the bikes ready. We geared up. 7:30, we were out the door. We get 2 blocks, and guess what? Downpour. I looked at Taiho. I said, what does your iPhone say now? He started laughing. So I'm sorry, Richie. We had to make a U-turn, race back to my apartment, rush the bikes in here. Amber was freaking out because she can't get her display wet or whatever. It won't turn on. My living room and kitchen was flooded with water. We were all drenched. And there you go. So I didn't listen to my own weather report. That's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2. Amber and Primo came from Washington, D.C. They were my guests in my home, including Taiho. And I felt bad that they traveled 6 hours, drive up to New York, to go to an expo they already went to in Washington, D.C. So their faces, they were sitting here in my couch, and Primo was here, Amber was there, and she was like, damn, man, we came all the way up here, and we're not going to get to ride in New York. We didn't even make the Powerful Lithium ride. I felt so bad. But Taiho was already sleeping. Primo went to the bedroom. We were all exhausted. Sun baking down on us all day in the expo. We really didn't have nothing decent to eat because the food over there sucked and overpriced, for my opinion. So make a long story short, I started checking my phone every 20 minutes to see if this was a passing shower, whatever. So at 9 p.m., I stepped out of my apartment and I saw the sky was clearing up somewhat. I saw a couple of stars. The road was drying up. I come back in, I asked Amber, you want to do this? We missed the Powerful Lithium ride, but we could do our own ride. And I was excited because for the first time in 3 years, I led my first ride. Yeah, it was only 4 riders, but still, I led the ride. So we geared up again. I had dried up all the bikes when it came into my apartment. They were ready to rock and roll, and we start heading south. I live in the Pelham Parkway section of the Bronx, so from my house to, let's say, Willis Avenue Bridge, it's about 6-7 miles. And when we got to 161st Street and 3rd, it started raining again. Oh, I said, fuck. Taiho's getting off the bike to put on his raincoat. Taiho, this is not the place to do that. They will kill us here. Get back on your bike. And I looked at Amber. I said, what you want to do? We want to turn around? She asked me how far it is to the bridge. I says, we're about a mile away. Let's go. So I said, fuck it, let's go. We get to 138th Street and Willis. It starts pouring. Amber almost get hit by a cab. She's freaking out. You know, they're from Washington, D.C., Maryland area. They don't. If you guys haven't experienced a ride in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, you don't know what you're missing. Backup Mike, Mr. E, myself, the Electric Goons, their experience, and they can tell you, is totally different. Low key. Everybody respects each other. Not one car honks the horn at us. If we're making a turn, we don't need intersection riders. The car traveling the opposite way stops and let us through, and they even wave at us. You think you're in Disneyland. You're in a Disney movie. So she's freaking out. You know, she's excited. She's cursing, you know. And she got to cover her bike because it won't turn on. I said, Nip, this is not the place. 138th Street and Willis Avenue. We will get shot. They will mug us. They will take our shit. I told her we were a block away from Willis Avenue Bridge. There's an underpass on the bridge. We could stay there and we won't get wet. So we do that. We go there. There's about 30 e-bikers, those food guys, that does the food delivery. And we stood there for about 10, 12 minutes. Taiho notices that the rain stopped. And Amber asks me and Primo, how far we are from Manhattan. I said, the minute we cross that bridge, we'll be in Manhattan. 125th Street and 1st Avenue. So we go. Make a right turn on 125th. I'm trying to figure out, I'm leading this ride for the first time. The first time that I'm not in the back of the pack. I'm not in the back of the pack because I don't dare ride fast or whatever. I'm back in the pack because I want to make sure nobody gets left behind. So I'm usually the Rio when we do an S3 crew. I'm the Rio. I make sure nobody gets left behind. But this is the first time I'm in the front leading a ride. Yeah, 4 riders, but hey, I'm still leading the ride, right? So, I take 125th. My intentions are to get to Park Avenue, make a left, and there's less traffic there at that time of night. It was already, I don't know, 10:30 p.m. No, I'm sorry, we left at 9. Yeah, it was around 10 p.m. And with all the stops that we made. So I get to Lexington, I notice construction, we can't get to Park Avenue. So I decided to make the left on Lex. We make the left on Lex, traffic was nice, it was slow, no traffic. I get to 96th Street, bang right. I said, I'll pick up Park Avenue here. And that's what we did. We rode to 96th Street, bang left on Park. They wanted to see the infamous race tunnel. As I'm going down, I'm pointing out points of interest. Like Mr. E says, gotta look up. And I'm showing her this, I'm showing her that. And that's Grand Central over there. Or that way, I think it was. And I show her the MetLife building straight ahead of us, which used to be the former Pan Am building. And she's freaking out. We're going through a building. She's never done that before. And she held her own. She was keeping up. I kept it under 30 miles an hour. And we got to the tunnel. I gotta admit, I was very embarrassed. I heard that the tunnel was clean a couple of days prior, because Mr. John Angel was hosting a race there. But it was filthy. It was a pigsty. So I was a little embarrassed. I apologized to them. And they didn't care. They were taking pictures and selfies and videos. There was so many graffiti in their life. So we did the tunnel. That's the only time I gunned it. And we get to the other side, and I said to her, okay, I'm gonna take you to Times Square now. We go to Times Square. I get to 9th Avenue, bang a right, go up to 42nd. There was no way in hell we were gonna make a right turn. It was gridlock traffic. So now Amber sees me going S3 moves through cars and buses. And she, why can't we use the bike lane? No, honey, you wanted to experience an S3 crew ride? Now you're experiencing it. Follow me and you'll be fine. So she did. And Primo and Tayo stood behind to make sure she was okay. I get up to 44th, bang a right, theater district. I start showing her the theaters and the different Broadway shows, off-Broadway shows. We finally get to 44th and 7th in the middle of Times Square. These people were like this. That made my night. She got to see Times Square. Primo got to see Times Square. They're over here calling family members of where I'm at. Then I showed them the New Year's ball. That's where the New Year's ball drops. They freaked out. They're over here taking video. Anyway, make a long story short, it was a beautiful thing. Then we proceed. I take them down, make the right on 5th, take them to the Empire State Building. Nice. Continue south, and I was going to end the ride at the World Trade Center, the new World Trade Center. What they call that shit? I can't think of the name right now. Freedom Tower. We get there, it's about 11:20. They're taking pictures, selfies, the whole nine. My job is done. It starts to rain again. Fuck. I told her, okay, we're going to take the West Side Highway straight up. And Amber said, no. These cars are passing at 60 miles an hour. They're passing too close. I said, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I noticed the bike lane, but I also noticed that now it's no e-bikes allowed. I said, fuck it, let me take a chance. So we decided to take the trail all the way up to Backup Mike's house, Washington Heights. And we went underneath the GW Bridge. And after you go underneath the GW Bridge, there's a little tunnel making a bank right turn, there's a tunnel there, a little small tunnel. So we stopped there because it was raining so hard. So she got a chance to cover her display, whatever she had to cover. I dried up the bike somewhat with Richie's hand job. I always carry some microfiber cloths. And I said, let's wait it out here to see. But I picked up my phone and checked that weather again, and it was just going to get worse. It said pouring rain, 1 a.m., 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. I says, we got to go. It's not going to get any better. We either go now or second choice is to call Ubers and each of us get into an Uber and take an Uber back to my place. So they said, no, let's ride. Let's go. I passed by back up Mike's house. I was going to call him. But I said, no, let me not bother him. He told me he was tired already earlier. And so I continued to West 207th Street. And I gave her a choice again. We can do the 207th Street, which we're going to be involved with traffic. Or we can do the back way, what I call the back way to 233rd, Van Cortlandt area to get back to my place. But that's going to add another 6 or 7 miles. So what you want to do? So she agreed, and Primo agreed to do the 207th Street Bridge. And we did that. We went over the 207th Street Bridge, hit Fordham Road. And when I got to Fordham Road and Bathgate, I noticed the White Castle hamburger place. I said, you want to eat White Castles? We haven't eaten nothing. Primo said, what's that? I said, oh my God. I said, in the Bronx, we call it murder burgers, But it was the only thing open. So we decided, is it safe? I said, yeah, only white people come here. I lied. Area's not safe. Sorry, Amber and Primo. But I was hungry, so I was willing to take a chance. And we parked our bikes by the window. We had seats by the window. And we sat down, we ate, and the rain stopped. Oh, great. Nice. We finished eating. It's already like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we get back on our bikes, and guess what? Rain comes down again. I go, fuck. So she wasn't comfortable riding in the street, so I decided to take the sidewalks. On and off the sidewalks. Get to Southern Boulevard, the Bronx Zoo, shoulder the Bronx Zoo. I get to the Bronxville Parkway northbound entrance to the highway. That's where you see my video. I'm waiting to be cleared. Now, this is mistake number 2, and why I decided to post a video. My sensor on the rear brake was broken. I broke it at the start of the season, and I procrastinated, like I said before. And it's all on me, so I'm blasting myself. Shame on me. I was riding a bike that wasn't 100% safe. I put my riders at arm's way, and when I went to hit the throttle to get across to the other side of the highway entrance, my throttle didn't work. So, doing what I've been doing all season, I tapped the rear brake and I hit the throttle. Only this time, the bike went full send by itself. I never even got to hit the throttle, and that's how I lost control and I fell. So, the moral of the story is, when your bike is broken, fix it. Fix it. Plain and simple. This is on me. My mistake. So my mistake, if it could help you fellow amp heads, then my job is done. Fix the bike. You don't have the money. You don't have the part. Reach out to the community, man. 9 out of 10 times you're going to meet somebody that has the part you need. And 9 out of 10 times they'll give it to you free. You reach out to Davey, Mike, me, any one of us that wrench on bikes. We've been more than happy to put the part for you. So there's no excuse not to fix your bike. So that was my mistake number 2, and that's the reason that I posted the video. And that's it. I got hurt. I'm all bruised up. Hands swollen. Road rash on my arms. Swollen. My back is swollen. Both my knees. Cuts and black and blues. And all that could have avoided had I just changed the damn sensor in the first place. So, the lesson be learned today that I fucked up. Nobody's perfect. We have professional motorcycle racers, car racers. The best of the best get into accidents. Nobody's exempt to that. So people that don't post it because they're embarrassed or they don't want nobody to see that they crash. It's bullshit, man. We all gonna have our spills. And on that note, Mr. ENYC, I'm gonna apologize to you in advance if you didn't want nobody to know. But at the same time I had an accident, Mr. E had an accident in Manhattan. I don't know the particulars. They didn't tell me much. Only that he needed 13 stitches on his finger. What finger? What hand? I don't know. So what I'm asking you tonight is the same way 200-300 people reached out to me, and my phone is still blowing up. And so the same way you're doing that for me, reach out to Mr. E. Make sure he's okay. Make sure he doesn't need anything. Mr. E, don't think of this as a blast against you. You're known for your signature Nazi helmet, half helmet. I don't know if it's DOT approved or not. This is your second spill this season, the first one being an Omega ride. And it's ironic because Mr. E always points to the metal plates on all his videos. Watch those metal plates. And that's what took him out on the first spill. Thank God he was going slow. But if you watch the video closely, his face hits the sidewalk, his shoulder on the right side. And it could have been worse, you know. Wear your full face helmet, Mr. E. You have a Ruroc, you have a TSG. Yeah, I know it's hot, you wear glasses, I get it. But at the end of the day, you need to be safe. And you have to wear gloves. Because had you been wearing gloves, maybe you wouldn't need 13 stitches in your finger today. I know it's a nuisance. You know, you're constantly switching cameras, you're loading batteries. You got to take time to take your glove off and do all this. And you could miss content or whatever. But at the end of the day, your health should come first. And I'm saying this because people that give you this kind of advice are not ragging on you or not shouting you out. They're saying it because they care. And I care. So, you want to take the advice? You don't want to take the advice? You're a grown man. But the last thing I want to know is that you ended up in the hospital and severe trauma. Look at Felix with his head injury with a TSG helmet. He didn't have a head injury because of the helmet. 25, 30 miles an hour, went over a hood of a car, face first in the street. Had he been wearing a half helmet, it would have been a different story. So, it happens to the best of us. And if you haven't got a spill yet, you will. So, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And that's what this show is all about. Telling the truth. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I keep looking down here. That's what kind of YouTuber I am. I suck. You know, camera's over here. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. 100%. Sorry. I never knew so many people care about me. People that know, you know, I went through a recent divorce, got a new apartment, new truck, and I'm starting over again. And if people like Taiho that have my back and make sure that I'm okay. Oh, another thing, Ray from the Bronx with his Onyx reached out to me today. We were talking on the phone for like 3 hours on my lunch break. I never even got to eat. He offered to come to my house tomorrow or Wednesday. The man works nights, and he has spare parts for the Onyx. One being a handlebar, and he's willing to lend it to me until I get my parts, because I did a show. My last episode was shouting out Last Mile about how they treated Felix. And nothing against Last Mile. I bought stuff from them. My recent purchase was a TSG helmet that Mike paid for when I showed up to the ride and I forgot my helmet. And they took care of me very well. I mean, it was, every company has their good and bad, but I shouted them out so the owner from Last Mile could put their peoples on check and learn how to take care of a customer. So with that being said, Electrified Delaware, where my bike came from, the owner, Bill, put in an order. Just by watching my video, he assumed I needed a handlebar, brake handles, the pedal crank. I don't know if that's what you call it. That's bent into the body. And he put an order for that for me. My Onyx warranty expired 4 months ago. He did it without me asking, and when I saw that on Instagram, I said, whoa. So I reached out to him, and I asked him how much or whatever. He says, no, it's not about the money. I want you do good for the community, And I want you to keep doing good for the community, and I want you back on your bike. And this is on me. I thought I was big. That's what customer service is all about. And thank you, Bill. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Ray. You work nights and you're willing to give up sleep to come over to my house. I can't wrench. I'm all sore. I'm all banged up. And he's willing to lose sleep and come over and fix my bike. So, thank you, Ray. And thank you, Bill. And thank you, Amp Heads, for each and every one of you. East Coast Scooters, man, like 15 of you shook my hand yesterday. And all of you asked me if I was okay. All of you asked me if I needed something. Your crew is one class act. I believe that every crew should be like your crew. It's what I wanted to implement with S3. But they didn't want to hear about it. But that's neither here or there. That's not what this topic is all about. Everybody could do what they wish. Who am I? But with that being said, I'm really, really considering starting my own crew next year. Because I feel that we lost our ways. I was talking to Shelby today. He just learned about it. He just came back from upstate from celebrating his 49th birthday, and he just learned about all this stuff. He didn't have internet where he was at, and he said that we lost our way, and I didn't understand that at first. But I like it better when we have 48 votes. And let me tell you why real quick before I end this video. When we have 48 votes, we did the ride, and we look forward for the food stop. We will go and eat food, and while we eat food, our bikes charge. And while our bikes charge, we talk shop. We got to know one another individually. We share stories. I miss that. Now, it's all about 72 votes, 80, 90 votes. Who got the fastest Sauron? Who could do the best wheelie? We don't even stop for food. I mean, why? Because we don't have to charge, right? Everybody got these powerful lithium batteries and no anxiety range and not for nothing. I love powerful lithium. All my bikes got powerful lithium batteries. I won't have it any other way. But we lost. My opinion, we lost what this was all about in the first place. To get to know each other, to learn, to see the sights. Like Mr. E says, you gotta look up. We constantly driving our cars, hustle and bustle, road rage. We're speeding from one red light to the next, and we don't take the time to stop and like, oh wow, was that park always there? Was that building always there? We don't stop. So the e-bikes, when I first started 3 years ago, gave me a chance to cruise and enjoy the scenery and photo ops and and talk shop, and we don't do that anymore. It's all about racing and who got the fastest bike and who could do the most stunts and ride against traffic, cut between cars, and like you're trying to impress somebody. You're not impressing me. You're not impressing me at all. I drive a city bus for New York City. I drive an 80,000 pound bus. So does Johnny, Mr. E. So does Black Dave. We're all bus operators. And the worst thing that we hate is these scooters, like little mosquitoes, cutting in front of our buses and thinking that we could stop that bus like a car. 80,000 pounds. I could hit the brakes. That bus is going to stop where it wants to stop. Meanwhile, you're under my bus. And if you think that 80,000 pounds won't kill you, buddy, you're sadly mistaken. So how would I be as a hypocrite that I drive a city bus for the city of New York, and here I am on my e-bike cutting buses and cars and trucks off? That's not what I signed up for. So that's my humble opinion. You like it, you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. That's what I feel. So we need to be more responsible, ride safer, and go back to enjoying what we did before. And take the time and look at the scenery. And I ride in Maryland, Washington, Virginia, Connecticut with Spark Cycles. Totally different ride, man. I love that. And I miss that. And if I have to form my own crew to have that kind of riding again, that's what I'm going to do. And not for nothing, East Coast Scooters, they got it right. Clyde, Joey, shout out to you guys. You guys got it right. You ride in formation, you collect dues, nobody leaves the barbecue until the truck is packed. That's what I want. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to form my own crew. I'm not taking nothing. I'm not saying nothing bad about S3 or Bronx or Booby or crew, anybody's crew. Everybody does what they want to do. You're adults. You do what you wish. But I'm 60 years old, and I'm not getting any younger. And I don't want to be that part. I don't want to do that kind of riding. I want to chill, relax, enjoy the scenery. I want to go to a restaurant and sit down with the crew and talk shop while bikes charge, and that's what I miss. That's what I had signed up for at the beginning, and that's what I'm gonna do. So stay tuned for that for next season. On the off peak, I'm gonna work on it, get a name going, get the uniform going. There's gonna be requirements. Later on, I'll reveal it, and that's it. So again, I know this video is going too long. I want to say thank you again for all 300 of you, and God knows more. If you see my messages up there, my phone is lighting up. So thank you for the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, East Coast Scooters, for being so concerned about me. I want to thank everybody. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you amp heads learn from my mistakes. With that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave no one behind. Back to you, Felix. And thank you all for letting me take this much of your time. Have a good night and stay safe. One. Good evening, Ampeds. You already know who this is. Richie Ramos from the Uncle Richie Show via Frantic TV. I want to start out this evening by saying thank you for the release of my latest video. All the comments, over 40, most of them positive. I want to clarify something. My accident was really nothing compared to Mr. E's and a gentleman by the name of Joe Super 73. He showed me some pictures of his accident that he had February 28. He got rods and bolts from the bottom of his foot to the top of his hip. That's an accident. What happened to E, that's an accident. Me, my bike slipped off the curb and I fell. Thank God my injuries are bruises, sprained hand, neck pain. But it was just a little fall. But the reaction that I got from everybody was overwhelming. That's why I choked up in yesterday's video. But thank you. But accidents like Felix's, Johnny's, Joe, Lucky, if you want to take it back, ended up in the hospital. Those accidents are the ones that I refer to. Mine was just a slip, mishap. But I want to say thank you. Thank you for the overwhelming response. I'm trying to cover a little bit of everything. Kevin from Jersey, upholstery. It was my pleasure to take out time and speak to you and your wife in the expo. So don't ever say that you're sorry that you took up my time, or because nothing could be further from the truth. It was my pleasure to talk to you. This community is all about meeting new people and making new friends, and you're my new friend, you and your wife. It was my pleasure to take out the time and speak to you, and I thank you for being a follower and watching my videos. I say it time and time again, and Felix gets mad when I say it, but I'm not a professional YouTuber. I say things the way it comes out of my mouth, and I stand in front of a camera, or sit in front of a camera, and that's it. No fancy music, no fancy gimmicks, no thumbnails, no none of that. Raw, I say things raw. Some people like it, and some people don't. Can't make everybody happy. Um, touching on how could I say this? I don't want to offend nobody. Like earlier, yesterday's video said that we don't stop to eat and all this stuff. We stop to eat eventually. Yeah, we do a group ride, and at the end of the group ride, we got to get something to eat, right? We're starving. What I was referring to was that before, when I first started this, 2-3 years ago, we stopped at a major place. Not a major place, McDonald's, or like what I used to do with Longhorn, or, you know, Sizzlers or IHOP or whatever, Kentucky Fried Chicken, whatever. We always stopped and ate together while we charged. That's what I mean. You know, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not attacking any particular crew. You know, we all got to eat, right? So lately we've been riding, and being that we got 72 volts and 50 amp hours and above, we're flying through this stuff, and we're not even stopping to eat like together. We wait till the end of the ride. Okay, where we're gonna eat? Oh, okay, this place is here, that place is there. 3 blocks down over here. You know, what I was referring to was an assigned place included in the route, midway. Not at the end of the ride, not at the beginning, midway. We do 15 miles normally, and we stop, we eat, and we charge. Those that need to charge. At the same time, we talk shop. We check out each other's bikes. We pick up pointers, and so forth. After we eat and we charge, we do the second part of the ride. That's what I was referring to. I'm not attacking any particular crew. And at the end of the day, who am I? You know, I'm just an old man expressing my own opinion. You like it, and if you don't, I don't care. So, with that being said, changing the subject for a second, I was just watching a video. The gentleman's name is Mike Feed, Fede. And the video that I'm referring to is e-bike license laws are coming in 2024. You must check out that YouTuber's video. He explains how the media twists things, and they put words in our mouth. What they want us to believe is not the truth. And on top of that, the registration and insurance that's coming in January 2024. So we're going to be forced to, I don't know how they're going to do this, but we're going to be forced to register and insure our bikes. Now, Mr. Mike explains that if you have a high-end bike, meaning you got $8, $9, $10, $15,000 in it, you should have some kind of insurance to protect yourself. In this day and age, the police is not policing, thanks to our ex-mayor. They took out stop and frisk, they took out anti-crime. They took the power away from the police. But I'm going to tell you, this is my own opinion. I'd rather be racially profiled, stop and frisk. If you don't got nothing to hide, here, check me, whatever, and go about your business after 3-4 minutes, than to come across some derelict that's carrying a gun or a knife, and after you give this punk your personal belongings, money, whatever, your bike, they still shoot you. They still kill you because they don't want to leave a witness behind. So I'd rather get stop and frisks. I've been racially profiled 3 times in my life. I didn't like it, but I'd rather go through that and make sure that they do it to everybody else, and feel a little safer walking down the street that they're doing that, and they can catch the majority of individuals that are packing heat. That's just my opinion. You could agree with me, not agree with me. That's a beautiful thing of the United States of America, freedom of speech. So I prefer to do that. So now that we're not being protected by the police, we got to take care of each other. We got to ride safer, ride in groups. Don't ever ride alone. And so this Mike's Feed. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right now. I apologize if I am, but it's spelled Fede. The video already has 4,000 over 4,000 views. It was launched 11 days ago. I'm looking at the TV because I was watching it again, and it's called "E-bike license laws are coming in 2024." You must check out that video, so you could be up on current affairs. I mentioned a while back that I wanted to talk to Mike and the other leaders of the other crews to form a ride to go down to City Hall and be heard by someone and educate these people that not all e-bikes are the same. These fires that are going on, over 140 to date, over 20 deaths. The most recent one that everybody talks about is that Chinatown fire that killed those innocent people above the bike shop. I want to explain to the mayor, to whoever wants to listen, a congressman, an assemblyman, a borough president, that we are not those people. You know, we are not riding these cheap bikes. It's not even the bike, it's the cheap batteries they're buying Alibaba for $100. And to be honest with you, it's not even that. You know, they're buying these bikes, they're not educated on how to charge them. So they buy this $500 to $1,000 bike. They go home, they go to the 99-cent store and get 3 extension cords because they gotta have enough length to go from their home, their apartment, to outside the hallway of the building because it doesn't fit in their house, or wifey doesn't want to let it in the house, whatever the case may be. And they're plugging in a 5 amp charger to a 2 amp extension cord. Do the math. 5, 2, no bueno. Fuego. So 8 out of 10 fires of these e-bikes is started by the extension cord that then leads to the bike, that leads to the battery, and boom, 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 and you know the rest. The news doesn't report that. The news, the reporter, they don't know shit about e-bikes. I try to reach out to News 12. I told them that I would dedicate some time and go to their studios and educate them. To this day, I haven't gotten a response. They don't give a shit. They don't. But it's up to us to make them give a shit. And it's people like Mike Reed and that. I mean, you got to watch that video. That's all I got to say. Watch Mike, not Mike Reed, Mike Feed, Fede. You got to watch that video. I don't know. I mentioned let's do this ride and let's go down there, and not one person got back to me. Like, you don't give a fuck. I don't understand. You're not gonna give a fuck until January 2024 comes around, after New Year's Day, and they start taking your shit because it's not registered and insured. I asked myself, what about these cars with these ghost plates, paper plates? You know, they're not doing a good job with that. So how they expect to monitor us and stop us? And some of you might say, yo, fuck that. They're going to have to catch me. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to ride like that. Each corner you go to, it could be a corner where they're waiting for you and they take your shit. Then 5,000, 10,000 down the drain. It's not worth it. So we got to be heard. We got to form this ride the way we did the mega ride. Let's all get together, all the crews in the 5 boroughs. Let's get together and shut shit down on City Hall to be heard. And I mean, not a violent protest. A nice, subtle, we go there, we park our bikes, we come up to the front, and we ask who can we speak to. The mayor has an assistant. Let me speak to the assistants. We want to be heard. We want to educate you guys. In our community, we have cops, bus drivers, EMS, construction workers, you name it. Every city agency is involved in our groups. In other words, we have a lot of professionals. Does that make us a thug? Does that make us liable for or to cause injury and stuff? I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been up since 4 a.m. But yeah, we gotta take a stand and we gotta do something, because if we don't, they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. And at the end of the day, to me, this is a money a thing. Some politician is gonna line his pocket with money, our money. You know, they don't give a shit if the bike is insured or not. They don't give a shit with the people with the ghost plates on their cars. They're getting into accidents. They're taking off because they don't have to worry about it. Because if someone takes a picture of the paper plate, it's not gonna go back to nobody. And I see this every day driving my bus up and down the Bronx. Every other car is a paper plate. They're doing wild shit. U-turns, going through red lights right in front of the cops, driving against traffic. And that's all the stuff that we got to deal as an e-biker. You can't even ride in a bicycle path. Half the time, these other e-bikers with the cheap bikes are coming against traffic. They're going through lights, or we going across when we have the lights. So it's actually more dangerous going through a bike path. I prefer to stay in the middle behind a car than going to use a bike path. To me, it's safer. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to say tonight. I can't stress this enough. Watch that video. I'm going to say it one more time. Mike Feed, F-E-D-E. E-bike license laws are coming in 2024. We need to get educated. We need to be up on the front lines, up on current affairs. Because we sleep on it, the next thing you know, they're going to take our bikes away. And you want to be a rebel and take a chance and not have insurance and registration, then by all means, go ahead. But don't come crying, saying, oh, they took my bike. They took my bike. You might get away once, you might get away twice, but eventually you get busted. It's inevitable. So, again, thank you for the outpours and stuff. I mean, I kind of feel bad because I really didn't get hurt like Johnny or this Mr. Joe, Super 73 that reached out to me today. Or people like Lucky or Felix. My bike is just minor handlebar, pedal crank, handbrake levels, little minor shit. So I really, considering everybody else, my shit was just a little slip in the rain. But thank you anyway for being so concerned and all the well wishes. But you can stop now. My phone doesn't stop blowing up and I gotta get to bed. But I appreciate it. Okay, that's it. I think this video's gone long enough. I said what I had to say. And, the amount of people that have been reaching out to me, they're willing to join my future crew next year. Thank you. But don't be so jump the gun that you want to join. Some little off the bat, it's going to be application involving your name, address, emergency contact, even blood type. Yes, even blood type. Because in case of an accident that you need blood, the first thing the EMT or paramedics will ask, do you know that this gentleman's blood type? And that way they can give you the right blood that you need in case you need a transfusion or whatever. And then in the same application, a picture of your bike. There will be an entry fee. I don't know, like $40, then $20 a month dues. There will be a probation period. So those things along the lines. When I'm finished with it during the off season, and when I'm ready to present it, I'll let you know. It will be on my Uncle Richie Show. And then after all that, if you choose that you want to be part of my crew, then I'll let you know what the steps to take in order to make that happen. It's not to take away from any other crew. I love S3, She-Wolf, Gotham, NYC, East Coast Scooters. I love Bronx Voltage. Everybody runs their crew how they see fit. And I have my own ideas how I want to run my crew. And it's not for everybody, So to me, I don't care if I have 5 people in my crew or 10. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to ride my way. Because at the end of the day, I'm an old man. And part of the requirements for my crew is you're going to have to wear protective gear. So there's a lot of little things that I got to fan through and work out the particulars. But once I'm done, you'll be the first to know. And after you read and see the requirements, if you choose to do so to join, I'll be more than happy to accept. Everybody's welcome. And that's it. So with that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet and your gear. That's my new thing now. And never leave no one behind. Okay, that's very important. We all in this together. We're all the family. So take care, have a good night, and thank you for everything. You already know who this is. Uncle Richie saying goodbye. Back to you, Felix.
It seems everywhere you turn in the city, there's an e-bike, scooter, or moped on the street. Now, we're not talking about the batteries here. We're just talking about regulating it, because it's like Crazyville on the streets of New York City, right?
Well, it's the Wild West, and it's distressing for the normal cyclist, for the pedestrian, for the individual crossing the street pushing a stroller, the disabled person. We need regulation.
You reporters are fucking stupid. How you doing there, pets? This is Richie Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx, the Uncle Richie Show. I just finished watching something Taiho sent me from Fox 5 News. You reporters are fucking stupid. I gotta say it the way I see it. Miss Rosanna over there at Fox 5. Darling, why don't you get yourself educated? Why don't you do some reporter shit? You know, investigate before you open your mouth, because you really sound like a, I don't want to say any bad names. You sound like somebody that don't know what they're talking about. Food Grub doesn't own an e-bike or any other food delivery service. The riders that deliver your food, 9 out of 10 buy their own bikes. And they buy these cheap Chinese jump-offs. They're not monitored by the U.S. government. Anything under $1,000 goes right through customs. And it's not even the bike, it's the battery they use. $100 job from Alibaba or Amazon, wherever you want to call it, wherever you want to buy it at. And it's not even that at the end of the day. It's how they charge the damn battery, using extension cords and leaving the bike parked outside the hallway from their building. They plug it up using 3 extension cords and then they go to sleep. No BMS. For those of you who don't know what that is battery managing system. So, putting insurance and registration and plates, that's just a money maker for the politician. Let's say it like it is. Just another scam to make money for the politicians to line their pockets. I got an idea. Why don't you go after those cars that have ghost plates? If you want to make money, you know, stop them. They're not legit. Take their car. That's one way you can make money. But these news people, I reached out to a few of them. Not one has gotten back to me. They don't care. They don't care. They want to say what they say in the newsroom. And like Mr. Mike Feedy said, the people they're interviewing, the reporter's not even saying what the people that they're interviewing. How stupid do they think we are? Well, with this technology now and smartphones, we don't think for ourselves anyway. But I said it before and I said it again. If the e-bike clubs in New York City don't get together and do a ride to City Hall and try to educate these people somewhat, come January 2024, they're going to get what they want. Registration, plates, and insurance. And if you don't have it, Say goodbye to your bike. Plain and simple. How is that going to change how people ride? I don't know. But I know is that somebody's going to be making a lot of money. And you amp heads, you don't take this shit seriously, you're going to end up losing your bike. It's going to end up in a sanitation dump in the Bronx or in Queens, and you're going to watch a bulldozer run over your bike. There are those of you that are going to say, yeah, you got to catch me first. But you really want to ride like that? Looking behind your back, looking front, the minute you see a cop or a checkpoint, slam on the brakes, make a U-turn, go on top of sidewalks, make a clean getaway. How long you think you're going to do that? They want to, I'll register, I'll insure it. I got a good job, I could afford it. What about the rest of you? Makes me sick to my stomach. But it is what it is. So either we get on the bandwagon and do something about it ourselves, or say goodbye to our beloved e-bikes come next year. And the way this year's going, we're only 5 months away. So just a quick video, something to think about, but don't think about it too long, because we ourselves need to act on it. Or at the end of the day, we're going to get the short end of the stick. With that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave no one behind. You already know who this is. I don't have to say shit. Peace and pits. Welcome to the Uncle Richie Show via Frantic TV. I'm here with the most beautiful Melissa from Jersey City. She's one of the few female riders that we have in our community. I haven't seen this young lady in almost a year. It's hard to get her out, and her husband's even harder. Melissa, what do you do for a living? You want to share the audience what you do for a living?
I'm a pre-K teacher.
Oh, you're a so you have some talking business with Backup Mike then, because he's a teacher. Yeah,
Didn't know that.
So let the community know we have teachers, we have bus operators, we have cops, we have Medic One. So we're not derelicts, in other words. With that being said, how did you get into e-bikes?
So I live in Jersey City, and at the time there was a coffee shop called Clutch Moto.
Right.
I walked in, and at the time it was like a motorcycle theme.
Right.
So the owner had a Super 73. And I was just there admiring her bike.
Without a bike?
I had a road bike.
You had a road bike?
So she told me a little bit about it, but then I decided, I think I'm gonna try mountain biking.
Okay.
And one day I texted her and I said, Kim, if you know anyone who's selling their bike, let me know. And she said, actually I do. And it was Kelvin from Super 73.
And you bought an S2 from him?
I bought the ZX.
Oh, ZX. Okay.
ZX.
And then
Still have it.
You still have it.
I love it.
And you've been with e-bikes now for a little over a year. And you loved it so much that you went and bought this beautiful beast here.
This one, I always admired this bike.
Which is also from Kelvin.
It's also from Kelvin. It has that Cafe Racer look to it.
Okay.
I haven't done anything to it.
And how did you feel about the ride today?
I loved it. It was great.
We had a little bit of
Through-
road. We had
yeah,
a park
road.
through the park. We stopped by the nurses and showed our support.
Definitely one for the books.
We kept it under 30 miles an hour. We stopped through. How you call it? We stopped at red lights. We used turn signals. So, in your opinion,
Yes, I felt safe. I was in good hands. Going through Rutgers was beautiful.
yeah, the
seeing-
campus is beautiful. Do you belong to any specific crew?
Well, we have the road bike group, yes.
Yeah.
Mountain bike group,
Right.
and the e-bike. So 3.
So 3. What's the e-bike group you belong to?
Not specific to anybody, but
She's going to join my
I'm going
my
to
crew next
join,
year, the
yes.
Majestic Riders.
yes.
So I'm happily welcome one of the females that's going to be in my crew. There's a couple of others.
She doesn't have an option to say no.
No, she doesn't have an option to say no. I paid her very, very well. And
I already spoke to my husband, and I'm excited about it.
so she got the okay from her hubby, and she's good to go.
Your husband doesn't ride?
Not too much.
He doesn't,
He
but
does a
we're
little
going to
bit.
get him into it.
Yeah.
We're going to get him into it. She has the other bike. He could ride the other bike.
He
and
rides his EX.
when we have family days, we're going to have family days. She could bring the husband. And otherwise, she'll be my wingman or wingwoman. How many rides did you attend already in a year? More or less.
This would probably be my 4th.
4th. So we got to get
In
you out
2
more
years?
often.
It hasn't been many because I'm nervous about being in traffic.
She was
Or
nervous about
just
fast riders
fast rides,
and people going through red lights and going across and against traffic, and that's understandable.
But
Not everybody.
You look like you got it now.
Yeah, no.
because
Oh
you-
yeah, definitely. Today she
Very
was
confident.
holding her own today. From when I met you a year ago to now, you come a long way. Before you was nervous, and we were surrounding you at all times in the first ride.
Yes, I remember.
And yeah, but today you was doing your thing, girl. I was like, oh shit, I gotta keep up. Hold on, and it was great. It was awesome. So yeah, we gotta get you out more, and a lot has to do with me. I will stop reaching. She always would tell me reach out to her when we have a group ride, and I always forget to call her, whatever.
That's okay.
But I didn't forget this time. So
Thank you.
no, thank you for
I
coming.
had a good time.
It was awesome, and it was a small ride. We had about, I think it was about 15 or 20 riders today, but it was cool. It was calm. It was slow. We did photo ops. A couple of people ran out of batteries. Somebody making noise in the background. I'm gonna kill him. And
Yo,
mic check.
give me 1 second.
Unbelievable. No respect.
Do it in the streets.
We are planning a Maryland ride coming soon, within the next month. I already invited Melissa. She's going to be my wingwoman that day in Frantic 1. I'm going to pick her up along with Ray 223, and we're going to head south, 4 hours south, and I want her to experience what I experience every time I go to Maryland. That's why you always find me in Maryland. But yeah, it's a whole different feel. It's everybody obeys the law.
We need to get a hotel because we're not gonna fit in Tahoe's
Oh
house.
no, Tahoe will make it happen.
You
he
got
got like-
enough room for Melissa?
I'll give Melissa my room. That's not a problem. I'll sleep on the floor.
You know I have a room. I have a room there.
He has a room. I have a room.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can have my room.
That's
it has
why-
its own
that-
bathroom. You don't have to worry about nobody invading your privacy.
This is why we keep this guy around.
Yeah. Yes. Number 1 man here, Tahoe. And
He's the superstar behind the scenes.
yeah, he is a superstar. He's very modest. He doesn't like to tell people about it, but you got to give credit where credit is due. So anyway, Melissa, I know you're shy, and your husband owes me because he said I wasn't gonna get her in the camera. So you owe me, buddy.
Just say good luck with that.
And he said good luck with that. And hey, she's right here
No,
next
but
to
she's-
me, next to Uncle Richie.
Just
Richie's.
happy, just comfortable with the community.
Yes, it's a very respectful
I'm in good
community.
hands.
Nobody gets stupid with your wife. Don't worry about it. We all grown ups here. Half of them are married. I'm still looking for a 75-year-old.
I have my aunt. I'll hook you up.
Oh wow.
Yes!
I gotta see pictures. I gotta see pictures.
We got
And,
something for Richie. It has to be 70, between 70 and.
You're so funny. Oh my God, you're killing me here. Not. Not. Anyway. Anyway.
Senior citizen.
With that being said, keep it between the ditches. Wear your helmet and leave no one behind. This is Richie Ramos reporting to you live for the Uncle Richie Show via Frantic TV with the beautiful Melissa from Jersey City.
Awesome bike.
And her awesome Super 73 bike. With that being said, Ampers, take care, ride safe, be safe. One, bitches. I'm here with Farah, our beautiful model. She flew all the way from Indonesia, and she wanted to pose next to the Talaria XXX with the custom tapia seat. And his main concern, his main chief complaint is the seat. It hurts his butt after 5 minutes riding.
Lorenzo Tapia, that's where it's
Lorenzo
at.
Tapia is the best. What's up, Ampheads? I'm here with Primo from District No Man's, Washington, D.C. Just purchased his XXX Talaria, and his main concern, his main chief complaint is the seat. It hurts his butt after 5 minutes riding. So where did he go? Reach out to me, and we ended up in Tapia Seats. Tapia Seats is gonna make a custom seat for this bike, and anybody interested, stay tuned, because as soon as he gets a seat available and reaches out to me, I will let the public know through Frantic TV. Okay?
And he speaks Spanish.
And he speaks Spanish. You see the inventory on the desk. Super 73s, Ariels. He has everything, a little bit of everything. I'm here with Farah, our beautiful model. She flew all the way from Indonesia, and she wanted to pose next to the Talaria XXX with the custom tapia seat. So, what do you think
Shout
about
out
the
to
seat?
Lorenzo Tapia. Love the stitching. What's this called? This is not diamond. What is it?
This is like a hexagon, right? Hexagon type print. She's not only our model and spokesperson, but she has her own RX here.
Absolutely. I got the diamond stitching right
She
here.
got the
with
diamond stitching on the RX.
the brown suede.
This is our RX Super 73. Everything is custom on it. She ain't no joke. When she rides, she stops heads. You know, she creates accidents and everything.
Period. I do wheelies on this.
She does really
I do
everything.
Just name it.
Her boyfriend has a similar bike.
Yeah, he tries to copy my shit. But
Try to
it's
copy
not.
her shit, but she's the one and only. Anyway, with that being said, stop through with Tapia Sounds. Get your custom seat, like Farrah, like me, like Taiho.
Lorenzo Tapia, that's where it's
Lorenzo
at.
Tapia is the best.
Shout out
With
to
that being
Lorenzo
said,
Tapia.
take care. You already know who this is. Richie Ramos for the Uncle Richie Show for Frantic E-Bike News. And Primo, special guest from District No Man's. And that's it. Stay safe, Ampheads.
Make sure you get some cushion for your booty. You're gonna need it.
Good morning, Ampheads. Just a quick shout out. I want to thank everybody for supporting me this season with the Uncle Richie Show and Frantic TV. It was my pleasure and my honor. The overwhelming response that I've gotten because of my show, I can't thank you enough. It was an awesome season. We got to cover a lot of stuff. For the next season, we're going to do more interviews with individual riders, get in depth with that. And we're going to be bringing up more different segments of stuff to do. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for showing me all the love each and every one of you has shown me. With that being said, you already know, Uncle Richie Show here. and see you next season. Peace, Ampheads. 1. What's up, Ampheads? We're live here in Brunswick, New Jersey. I have next to me here a special guest star, Ray 233, is it?
Ray 233 from the Bronx.
233 from the Bronx, so the boogie down Bronx, Richie.
That's right. You know, Rich, been doing this e-bike thing since 2018. Even though I've been quiet, you don't see me all the time. Been kind of alone and shy, guys. It's simple as that. You know, guys, I pop up, see you guys, wonderful. Richie, met him last year. Awesome guy.
You keep touching me, yo.
Emotional, damn it!
Oh, your shoulders feel tight.
Medic!
Come on. No, but let me tell you, you guys are fantastic. You know, I met you guys last year, and I rode out with you guys a few times, and you know, the community is there. You know, and everyone is wonderful, and I have the honor to be here with you guys, which makes everything so wonderful in that sense that we all need this, you know, family, and that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about. We're here today to discuss. I've been talking about lately the e-bike fires and what batteries to get, what not to get. What is your input on this?
Well, I think it's that, you know, when you get in these e-bike batteries from China, basically, that have no BMS, and people
Excuse me for a second. What's BMS?
BMS, a battery management system, basically, which regulates how much juice goes to each pack of a battery, basically.
That's what she said.
Yeah, no, I said, you know what? I think one of the best things that the community needs to learn about is BMS Bluetooth. So you can watch your condition of your battery. You can see, you can prevent fires by opening up your BMS Bluetooth and basically see the condition of your battery.
But that works if you have an iPhone. What if you have an Android?
No, you can do that with an Android.
Oh,
as
you
well.
can? Okay.
Yes, an Android. I have a Perfect Onyx. I have a battery management system that Onyx battery came with, which I love. Then I got one from V. Thank you very much, V, for the power lithium battery. And let me tell you, that one is the same thing. You go into it, I check it, you charge it, you check the condition of your battery. You see one low, you see one that's not charging up, you stop it. You go and you check out V, have him check it out. You checked out my Onyx one. And, you know, I'm glad he did, because believe it or not, you know, it was...
You gotta be touching me, bro?
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah, you gotta touch you, bro. That's what happened, you know? You know, it's like brothers, you know, we got to. That's it. If you secure, I'm secure, we all secure. You know?
So 145 fires to date, over 39 deaths, 20-something plus injuries. I haven't checked those current statistics, but what do you think is leading to those fires? My opinion was that you're taking a 5-amp charger, you're plugging it into a 2-amp extension cord, and not 1, 2, but 3 of them. Because the majority of these riders, they have their bike in the hallway of the building, and they're running it from the extension cord outside the window of the building into their apartment. They plug it in, and then they go to sleep, and they're letting the battery charge all night long, which they don't have a BMS, like you mentioned before, battery management system.
Heat up and they cause a fire. One of the things that's happening as well is that you have, you know, if you look at the news, fear-mongering. Number one, the news, fear-mongering. I mean, they make such a big emphasis. We go into, oh my God, this is so dangerous. No, it's not, because this is not something that happens all the time. You do have a part that people are charging, just like what Richie said. You know, you got a power strip and you're plugging in 5 different charges onto it. What you're gonna expect, a fire there. You walk away from it? No. You know, you gotta stay up and you charge your battery.
But these people don't know that.
Yeah,
they go to these, I hate to say it, these Chinese stores, they buy a $500 to a $1,000 e-bike, and it's not really the e-bike, it's the battery that's in the e-bikes. Now, according to law and to the U.S. Customs does not detect anything or stop anything or less than $1,000.
Yes.
They go right through customs.
Yes.
So that's the reason they're coming into the country. People are asking, why are these batteries coming in?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Now, when you order a Super 73, Surron, Bandit, whatever, these bikes are stopped at customs because they're over $3,000, $4,000, over $1,000. So now they go through each bike. So you're wondering why it takes 2-3 months to get your bike from the manufacturer. It is not that. It's customs holding the bike and checking each one to see if it meets specifications, URL, batteries, the whole nine. But the $1,000 to under, they're not. They're going right through.
It's a cheap
So
bike,
that's how we get them now in the United States. So now we already know how they're coming into the United States.
Now, how can we stop it? How can we stop it? By educating the public about this.
Right.
Educating the right way of charging, the right way of setting up a system. You know, people have to understand how much voltage and amperage a building can only hold. A regular standard plug, home plug, a building, the standard charge on that thing's like 7 amps or 10 amps or something like that, the most. So if you're trying to plug in 15 amps and you got 5 different chargers at 4 amps each, you're talking about 8 or more. You're basically
using a 2
so you're using a 2
volt
amp
extension cord.
When you're using a 2 amp freaking extension cord, I mean, what you
So that you're looking for trouble. So 9 out of 10 fires are created by the extension cord that leads to the bike, then leads to the battery, and boom, we have the flames. So they don't. The news don't report that because these dumb motherfuckers don't do an investigation. They don't do their job. They say fire by e-bike.
It's what you know what it is. What it comes down to. It's what sells in the public eye to put fear-mongering to everybody. You know, if it's something that's talked about, it's something that sells in that sense there. So what do? Oh, fires, people dying. It's associated with fear-mongering.
Yeah, they get their views up. I get it. But that's not the truth.
It's not. That's the problem.
We have to educate the public on this because people like us have these high-end bikes, as you see in our background. The cheapest bike here is $4,000. And if you take into consideration where the fires are in low-income neighborhoods, Washington Heights, South Bronx. We have e-bikes in New York City. We have e-bikes in New Rochelle, in Riverdale, Pelham Bay section of the Bronx, Country Club, Morris Park Avenue.
No, but think about this.
So that's to say that there's no fires there. So that means to tell me that there's no e-bikes there. Yes, there's e-bikes there. There's high-end e-bikes because the middle class, people tend to buy the high-end bikes. Where in the South Bronx, don't ever interrupt me again.
I'm sorry.
In the South Bronx,
You have to let him talk a little bit more.
in the South Bronx, excuse me, producer, this is my show. In the South Bronx, you have these.
Remember, it's the cat.
They have these people. They have these people that can't afford high-end bike, and they buy these cheap bikes, and they're not instructed on how to charge a bike. You walk into the store, you give them the $600-700. The salesman tells you, "Here's the key, goodbye, and here's your bike. Here's your bike. Have a nice day." So they don't know any better.
And you can't call them up.
So
and say, hey, how you doing?
what's your advice on that?
Education. I think more programs, more commercials, how to charge bikes. Tell the people that stay away from those cheap Chinese bikes and everything. And I don't like to use the word Chinese, but this is where they're manufacturing them from. When you, just like what Richie said, when you got them coming in under $1,000, they don't get those inspections. It's anything over $1,000 which has to be inspected. But it's just the way that the community is throwing these cheap, e-bikes is hot right now. Everybody wants one. So of course you have manufacturers who are producing bikes and everything, and what they're doing, they're not understanding that they were trying to make a big profit. And the way you make a profit is sell cheap, build them cheap, sell them high, just under that mark. And I think education and a lot of forms that we do now and videos, and I think education is more important. This is the only way, and there's no other way of basically doing anything about it. You can't walk into everybody's house and say, okay, this is the way to charge it. No, public education, how to do it. Put up a warning signal, put up, you guys do it all the time, the news media, put up more, warnings. Look, you buy these bikes under this price, depending on the bike, they don't have BMS. Educate, you're going to BMS and what it means to have a BMS.
That's why we do these shows. Some people might find it boring. We don't do it for views. Fuck views. I don't give a shit about views. I do it for to educate the person. Education is key. If you know what you're doing, then things will work out better. But in that being said, I'm taking my damn medication. My producer just fed me, so I'm all right. And another topic, what do you think about the proposed license registration and plates for the bikes that coming in January 2024?
Well, I don't know that much information about it. So I can talk to what I can basically think that might happen, in the sense that, one, they're proposing license and insurance and all these things for it, but to try to maintain something like that, where you're going to have the police pulling over everybody, you know, I mean, you're talking about deliveries. You know, these guys can afford insurances and license.
I personally think they're not going to do shit, because they have all these cars with paper plates that don't,
Yes,
they
exactly.
fake plates. They run around the
Would
tri-state
it help
area.
do anything? Yes, it would help when you get into an accident and, you know, there's some form of insurance, but basically...
Well, I believe, like my Feedy said, I believe if we have bikes $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, we should insure it.
I agree with you.
You know, God
I
forbid you
agree.
get into a wreck, or God
I totally
forbid
agree.
somebody rips you off, you're out of a bike. What you
That's
gonna do
true.
now? You're gonna go to the bank and take out $5,000 and start all over again?
Yep.
At least if you have your insurance, you'll be able, the insurance will pay you the cost of the bike. God forbid you get into an accident, you hit somebody, a pedestrian, at least they'll be covered for whatever damages, whether it's bodily damage or property damage. So I think in that sense it's good. But for what they're doing it, because in my opinion, somebody wants to line their pockets.
Of course, it's always the case.
That's always the case.
That's always the case.
They want to line their pockets.
New York City.
They're not regulating the paper plates on the regular car. Why do you think they're going to go after an e-bike that doesn't have plates on it? Come on.
Exactly.
Let's keep it real.
That is true. I
You
mean,
know what I'm
what are the
saying?
cops going to do? Chase you down? No, they're not.
No.
But I think that, you know, we all need to educate in a sense there, because e-bike is the future. That's what's going to happen.
Well, the future is here.
It's here.
We have e-bikes. We have Tesla. My producer drives a Tesla. And my
This is
job
the
in New York
future.
City Transit, we have electric
they got
buses.
those buses, yeah.
It's here. It's
Yeah.
not the future. It's here.
Exactly.
And by 2030, we're supposed to be, by the government, only supposed to have electric vehicles running around us in the tri-state area. All right, Ray, I want to say thank you very much for being a special guest here
Thank you,
at
and I
Frantic
appreciate
TV
it.
for the Uncle Richie Show.
You know what? It was a pleasure, guys. You know,
I thank you for that. And with that being said, keep between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave no one behind. Bitches. Kisses. Kisses.
Kisses.